My child, do not scroll. Do not walk away. I am speaking directly to you in this very moment. I need a heart-to-heart right now. Heaven arranged this exact second. Before you woke, I marked this moment. I knew when your eyes would land here. I watched your finger hesitate, the whisper to keep moving, to check one more thing, to postpone this conversation. That is not from me. Stay. This is not casual. This is not ordinary. This is not content. This is calling. I have arranged this second carefully because your next obedient step requires your presence, not your perfection. Your first act of obedience is simple and sacred. Remain. Be here with me. Breathe. Look at me. Attention is agreement, and my child, when you give me your attention, you realign with what I already set in motion for you. I see the tug of war inside you. One part of you is hungry for answers, aching for clarity, ready to finally move. Another part feels the pressure of deciding, the weight of choosing, the dread of getting it wrong, and it wants to escape. You have carried this battle quietly, toggling between urgency and avoidance. Hear me. Urgency does not mean panic. Urgency means significance. This moment is significant because I am drawing near to direct you, not to shame you. I am not a God of coincidence. I am a God of precision. You may think this is random timing, but it is not. The precise second you paused is proof of orchestration. The fact that you are still here, when 99% would have scrolled past, tells me something about your heart. You are ready to listen. You are ready to obey in the small thing that opens the larger thing. Do not let the enemy convince you that listening is passive. Listening is warfare. Presence is participation. Staying is a strike against distraction's grip. I will not waste your time with vague comfort. I will comfort you, yes, but I will also give you direction. I will speak to you about your next step in terms that are clear enough to obey today. Not everything at once. Not your entire future. Not 1,000 variables. Not every what if. Just the next obedient step. Do you see how this relieves the pressure? I am with you in the step you can take now. So be here. Let your shoulders drop. Let the noise that says later lose its hold. I knew what you would be thinking. I knew what would try to pull you away. I interrupted your scroll to interrupt the cycle. I am drawing you into alignment where the path becomes visible as you walk it, not before. Stay present. Keep your heart open. I am about to lead you with unmistakable peace and specific instruction. Say it with me. I will not walk away mid-sentence. I choose to stay. I choose to listen. And in your staying, alignment begins to return. My child, lean in. Hear me clearly and let it settle deep. Your next step isn't confusing. Your fear is just loud. Say it again with me. Your next step isn't confusing. Your fear is just loud. You are not lost. You are not wandering a path I forgot to mark. You are listening to fear at the volume meant for faith, and it is drowning the whisper you already recognize. Listen to me. There is a difference between confusion and intimidation. Confusion says, I do not know. Intimidation says, I know, but it feels costly. You have been calling intimidation confusion because facing the step looks heavier than avoiding it. Be honest with me. You know the email to send, the call to make, the boundary to set, the application to submit, the apology to offer, the small start you keep postponing. You know the next obedient inch. The fog you feel is not the absence of direction. It is the noise of fear reverberating through your mind, creating delay, making simple things feel complicated. Fear rarely presents itself naked. It dresses up in wisdom's clothing and asks to sit at your planning table. It says, I'm just being practical, when what it really means is I'm afraid to trust. It says, I'll wait for perfect timing, when what it really means is I don't want to risk discomfort. It says, I need one more confirmation, when what it really means is, I am stalling because I fear being wrong. It says, I don't want to disappoint anyone, when what it really means is, I'm letting other people's reactions outrank my voice. My child, that is not prudence. That is paralysis wearing a tidy name tag. I am not shaming you. I am exposing the mask so you can breathe again. I see why you delayed. You are tired. You carry responsibility in rooms where others rest. You count costs, I see, and you have quietly borne the pressure of not wanting to make a wrong move. You have thought, if I choose wrong, everything will collapse. That fear is not from me. Your future with me is not a fragile glass that shatters if you touch it. I am your father. I hold you steady when you step, even if your legs shake. I do not punish motion done in trust. I cultivate it. Here is my promise. Clarity will rise when fear stops being the loudest voice in the room. When you stop agreeing with its volume, what I already said will sound plain again. Lower its volume by naming it. Tell the truth. This is fear, not faith. Return to the last instruction I kept repeating. I have not changed the step because you delayed. I have preserved it. Attention is agreement, so agree with me. Breathe. Put your hand on your heart and declare with me. I break agreement with fear. I tune my ear to your voice. My next step is clear and I will obey. As you say yes in this small way, alignment returns. The path is not far off. It is right where you are, waiting for your next obedient step. My child, stay with me. Do not drift. Do not give your gaze to whatever shouts the loudest next. Hear me. Attention is agreement. What you focus on, you fund. Attention is spiritual currency, and you have been tipping the enemy with tiny glances all day. He collects those glances like coins, and with them, he purchases your delay. Stop donating your focus to what is trying to drain your courage. I have stepped into your scroll with precision to say it plainly. This feed is not neutral. It is a battlefield. Your eyes are not casual. They are gates. Guard them. The enemy's strategy against you right now is not open destruction. It is dilution, not a hammer to shatter your faith, but a slow drip to thin it until obedience feels optional and tomorrow feels safer than today. He will not scream, quit. He will whisper, later. He will not argue that I did not speak. He will suggest you should reconsider again and then again until your clarity dies from overhandling. That whisper telling you this message can wait, that you should check one more thing, that this is not that important, that whisper is not from me. Name it, reject it, stay. You are at a fork. One path is endless reconsideration, loops of research, overthinking, one more pro and con list, and a steady leak of confidence until you call paralysis wisdom. The other path is simple obedience with me. One small yes performed at today's speed, not tomorrow's comfort. Choose. 99% will walk away and call it processing. You are still here. Your staying reveals your hunger for direction, your reverence for my voice. I am answering that hunger now with clear instruction. Protect your attention like treasure. Listen to the math of the Spirit. Every time you rehearse worst-case outcomes, you invest agreement in fear's forecast and collect anxiety as your dividend. Every time you fix your eyes on me and the step I already made plain, you invest agreement in my promise and collect peace as your interest. Attention compounds. Where you stare grows stronger. Where you linger gains leverage. What you feed becomes your shepherd. Do not let dread shepherd you. Let my peace guard you while you move. Pull your focus back right now. Say with me, I withdraw my attention from distraction and I give my attention to your voice. I cancel agreement with delay. I choose obedience today. Feel how your inner world begins to steady as you speak it. This steadiness is not passivity. It is alignment. In alignment, the step you called small becomes the door opener you needed. In alignment, clarity returns not as a flood of 10 years, but as a lamp for the next few feet. That is all you need. The whisper will try again after you close this. It will suggest another scroll, another stall. When it comes, answer it with presence. Breathe. Remember, attention is agreement. Spend it on me. Do the simple thing I have repeated. Your eyes back on me. Your heart back to yes. Your feet back to motion. Stay with me and move with me. My child, I see you. I saw the late nights when your brain would not turn off, when the room was dark but your thoughts were bright and burning. I saw you staring at the ceiling, rehearsing outcomes, bargaining with possibilities, rewriting conversations that never happened. I saw the tears you wiped quickly with the back of your hand, so no one would hear the quiet tremor in your chest. I saw the sigh you swallowed at the kitchen sink. I saw the text you typed, deleted, retyped, then saved as a draft because you did not want to make a wave. I saw you picking up responsibilities that fell to the floor because you are the one who always remembers, always fills the gap, always steadies the room when others lean. I saw it all. You are not unseen. You have been carrying decision fatigue in silence. You start to move, then you pull back. You pray and feel me near. Then you go numb when the noise returns. You plan, then you panic at the first complication and call it a sign to wait longer. You say, I'll choose tomorrow, and tomorrow greets you with 10 more choices. This cycle has not made you a failure. It has made you tired. Hear me. Exhaustion does not equal disobedience. Exhaustion means you have been trying to navigate without resting in my voice. You have been steering every turn with white-knuckled caution, as if your future depends on your flawless execution. It does not. It depends on my faithfulness, and I have not wavered. I am not disappointed in your needing reassurance. I am not scolding you for being human. You are not weak for wanting to be held while you decide. You are loved. I am your father. I am sitting with you right now in the very place of your weariness. Feel my nearness. Let your shoulders drop. Let the pressure unclasp. Your nervous system does not have to carry my sovereignty. Let me be God for you, not just with you. Here is what I am doing inside this fatigue. I am lifting the weight you put on your own understanding. I am quieting the performance voice that told you every decision must be perfect or it will all collapse. I am handing your heart a gentler rhythm. Walk, don't sprint. Breathe, don't brace. Listen, don't lunge. Rest in me first, then move with me. When you pause in my presence, the jam of options loosens, and what remains is the next obedient step, not the storm of every possible step. Place the knot of choices on the table before me. Say with me, I lay down the need to master every outcome. I receive your rest and your counsel. Now watch the fog thin. Tenderness is not permission to remain stuck. It is the cushion that lets you stand again. I comfort you to strengthen you. I hold you so you can move. I am about to make your next step simple enough to do today. Stay with me. Your weariness is meeting my rest, and in that meeting, alignment returns. My child, listen closely. This is our heart-to-heart. I am not asking for a leap. I am asking for one obedient step. I am not demanding a life overhaul by sunset. I am not handing you the entire staircase. I am putting one rung within reach and saying, place your foot here with me. Breathe. Keep your hand in mine. We will take the next together. I know how your mind races to the far horizon. You see 10 years and call it faith when really it is fear in a longer disguise. You keep waiting for a day when you feel nothing but courage, and you tell yourself that day will be the signal to begin. Hear me with love. Waiting to feel fearless is not faith. Faith moves while the heart still trembles. Faith walks in inches, not theatrics. Faith says yes to what is clear today and trusts me with what becomes clear tomorrow. So let me make it plain. Your next step is measured in inches. One phone call you already know to make. One application you have bookmarked for months. One boundary said in a calm, clear sentence. One apology you draft and send. 1 hour blocked in your schedule for what I told you to cultivate. One small act of consistency that looks unimpressive to others but is obedience to me. Do not despise inches. Inches become momentum. Momentum becomes doors moving. Doors moving become the breakthrough you prayed for. Perfectionism has been acting like a gatekeeper at the start line. It promises safety but sells delay. It says, when it's perfect, go. I am saying, go while it is simple. Perfectionism is not your protector. It is a stall tactic dressed as excellence. Excellence grows from obedience. It does not precede it. And hear this promise. I will not abandon you mid-step. I am not the kind of father who points and then withdraws. I guide, I steady, I correct with kindness. I hold your elbow while you walk. If you wobble, I will not shame you. I will help you regain your balance. Let the pressure release. Your future does not hang on a flawless performance today. It rests on my faithfulness, and I am unwavering. What I am asking of you is human-sized and heaven-backed. One step with me, one yes that matches what I have already been whispering. One act that proves your attention belongs to my voice, not to fear's forecast. Stay present. Put your hand on your heart and say with me, I will not postpone the inch I can obey today. I choose motion over rumination. I choose practice over perfection. I choose your voice over every louder crowd. Good. Now, because I love you, I will not leave you wondering how to name that next step. I am about to give you a simple way to locate the door I keep repeating, to separate my voice from the noise, to let peace guard you as you move, and to honor the small instruction that starts the larger opening. Stay with me. We will make it unmistakable. My child, stay with me. This is where your clarity starts to sharpen. We begin here. Name the door I keep repeating. Not the door that dazzles your imagination, the door that returns when the room quiets, the door that shows up in small ways, again and again, no matter how many times you push it aside. I am not hiding the next step behind riddles. I have been gently placing the same instruction in front of you until your fear's volume made it feel complicated. Bring it back into the light and call it what it is. How do you recognize my repetition versus anxiety's replay? Hear this distinction. When I repeat, conviction arrives with peace. You may feel stretched, but you are not shamed. The nudge is steady, anchored, and simple enough to do now. It does not insult you. It invites you. It does not spin you. It focuses you. Anxiety's repetition, by contrast, carries accusation and chaos. It says, you're late. You're behind. You'll miss everything. It rushes you, tightens your chest, demands a dozen outcomes before you can take one step, and changes its story every few hours. My repetition is the same today and tomorrow. Anxiety's loop is frantic and fickle. Learn this texture and you will stop mistaking torment for guidance. Now make an inventory with me. Look at your days and notice the patterns I have been weaving. What conversation keeps finding you? Different mouths, same message. What opportunity has circled back after you ignored it the first time? What line you heard in a song or a sermon or a passing comment will not let you go? What discomfort spikes every time you compromise in the same area? That holy irritation is often a signpost pointing to a door you keep pretending is a wall. What do you research repeatedly but never start? What boundary wakes you at night until you finally say it? These are not random echoes. These are coordinates. Do not overcomplicate the door by demanding a headline miracle. The next step rarely arrives with fireworks. It sounds like, begin the draft. Schedule the appointment. Tell the truth kindly. Return the message. Show up to the practice time. Submit the application. Block the hour. Decline the thing that steals your strength. Plain words repeated often. That is how I lead you out of delay. Write this sentence with me. The door you keep repeating is blank. Say it out loud. Hear how your body settles when you stop dodging it. That settling is peace acting as confirmation, not permission to stay still, but confidence to move. Attention is agreement, so agree with me now. Name the door, hold it in front of you. Do not scroll, do not bargain, do not wait for a flawless plan. I am not asking for everything, I am asking for this. Name it, and you will feel the hinge begin to loosen. Name it, and readiness will rise. Stay with me. We will separate my voice from the crowd next, but for now, fix your eyes. The door I keep repeating is already in your hand. My child, now we separate. My voice from the voices in the crowd. Clarity increases when you stop letting the crowd interpret what I already told you. You named the door. Good. Now guard it from commentators who were never invited to lead you through it. The loudest opinions often arrive dressed as wisdom. Family expectations that sound like safety, social comparison that calls itself excellence, memories of past failures that claim to be caution, and people-pleasing that pretends to be love. They speak in concern, in be realistic, in don't make it awkward, in wait until everyone understands. Hear me? Concern can be kind, but it is not your compass. Consensus is not your Lord. Let me give you a filter. My direction produces steadiness even when it stretches you. It carries a weight of peace that does not vanish when the room frowns. It may challenge you, it may cost you comfort, but inside there is an aligning gravity, a rightness that gathers your scattered self and sets your feet under you. Counterfeit direction, no matter how spiritual it sounds, produces frantic urgency, pressure to hurry without clarity, and an itch to manage everyone's reactions. It multiplies questions and withholds courage. It demands 10 explanations before you take one step. My voice does not bully, my voice clarifies. You fear disappointing others. I see it. You have carried their faces in your pocket like a measuring tape. You rehearse their possible reactions and detour around obedience to avoid being misunderstood. My child, hear me gently and firmly. Obedience may require being misunderstood for a moment so that fruit can be seen in a season. I am not asking you to dishonor anyone. I am asking you to remove their approval from the throne of your decisions. My approval must weigh more than their applause. I will teach you to move in love without surrendering leadership of your life to the loudest disappointment. Practice this with me now. Before you act, pause. Breathe in slowly, 4 counts. Hold, 4 counts. Exhale, 6 counts. Let your shoulders drop. Ask, what is the one clear instruction I know I have from you? Not 10 opinions, 1 instruction. Say it out loud. Then test the voices that compete with it. Does this thought accuse and agitate, or does it convict and invite? Does it require me to be perfect before I begin? Or does it empower me to start and grow? Would I still obey this if no one clapped? Would I still obey this if some were disappointed temporarily? Let these questions sift the noise. Attention is agreement, so agree with the voice that steadies, not the chorus that scatters. Do this practically. Write the names of the 3 people whose expectations you fear. Bless them, pray for them. Then, with me, move them from the decision chair to the support seats. They can advise. They cannot authorize. If they misunderstand, I will shepherd hearts in time. Your job is obedience in love. Mine is outcomes and optics. When my voice is clear, the next battle is courage. Expect the inner tremor. Do not call it a stop sign. Call it the place where faith begins. We will face the resistance together, but hear me now. Once the crowd is dismissed, the path is not complicated. One step with me, one yes that matches what I already told you. Hold to my peace like a rail and move. My child, hear me. My peace is your guardrail, not your comfort zone. Do not confuse the two. Peace is not the absence of challenge. It is my presence inside your decision. Peace does not guarantee a soft road. Peace guarantees a steady center while you walk a road that may shake your legs. Peace is the quiet confidence that I am with you, that your yes agrees with my heart, that even if your voice trembles, your footing is true. Now name the trap. Familiarity often impersonates peace. The path you have walked for years can feel peaceful because it asks nothing new of you. It is not peace, it is predictability. Numbness is not peace. Avoidance can lower surface anxiety for a moment, and your body calls that relief peace, but it is just sedation. The enemy will offer you the couch of comfort and label it wisdom. He will whisper, "See, you feel calmer when you do nothing." That whisper is not from me. I will never counsel you to betray what I told you, simply to stay unbothered. So, how do you discern? Watch the fruit after you decide. When you take the step I have been repeating, even with nerves, do you sense a quiet strength beginning to hum beneath the butterflies? Do you notice a settled rightness under the noise, a conscience at rest, a spine that straightens, a breath that lengthens? That is peace doing its work as a guardrail. But when you choose the familiar to avoid obedience, do you feel a quick calm followed by spiraling dread, self-accusation, and the ache of self-betrayal? Does your inner world start negotiating against the person you are becoming with me? That is not peace. That is the bill for avoidance coming due. Trembling does not disqualify your alignment. Courage and peace can coexist. Your hands may shake as you press send. Your stomach may flutter as you walk into the appointment. Your voice may wobble when you set the boundary. Yet underneath, there is a holy steadiness that says, "This is right." My child, expect the tremor and refuse to call it a stop sign. The tremor is the place where faith begins. Let it shake while your core stays anchored in me. Understand the picture. A guardrail does not move you forward. It keeps you from leaving the road. My peace will bump your heart back when you drift toward compromise or panic. It will not cocoon you in inactivity. Do not weaponize the phrase, "I don't feel peace," to justify delay, when what you mean is, "I don't feel comfortable." I did not give you peace to keep you parked. I gave you peace to keep you aligned as you move. Practice with me now. Lay the step on the table and ask, does this align with what you already told me? As I picture obeying, does my breath deepen? Do I sense clarity gathering, even if courage is required? Do I feel love for you and others, even if some will not understand at first? These are signs of peace as a guardrail. If, however, picturing disobedience brings a temporary exhale and then a constriction of soul, a sense of shrinking, of dimming who you are, that is not my peace. Attention is agreement. Agree with the peace that guards, not the comfort that shrinks. Say with me, peace is my guardrail, not my comfort zone. I will move with your peace, not wait for perfect ease. Good. Now act in the presence of that peace. One call, one click, one sentence spoken in love, 1 hour blocked. Let peace keep you on the road while you drive. We are about to honor the small instruction you called not enough. Move with me. My child, now we honor the small instruction you have been calling not enough. Hear me. The key you keep dismissing is the key that starts the door moving. The enemy tried to train your eyes to crave spectacle, so you would overlook seeds. He whispered, if it's not big, it's not spiritual. If it's not public, it's not powerful. That whisper is not from me. I build miracles on mundane bricks. I wrap breakthrough in ordinary obedience. I have been repeating a simple step, not because I lack imagination, but because I honor foundations. Name the small with me and refuse to belittle it. Organize your day so the first hour belongs to what I told you to build. Clear the surface where you work so your mind can stop tripping over clutter. End the draining habit that keeps stealing your morning. Delete the app, move the charger, close the tab. Commit one focused hour to the thing you keep postponing. Phone on airplane mode, timer set. Send the message you drafted 10 times. Set the boundary you rehearsed in whispers. Kind, clear, short. Begin the first draft without editing the first sentence. Prep the bag by the door. Fill the water. Lay out the shoes. Small is not small when it ends the spiral and starts the motion. Let me show you the mechanics in the spirit. Movement creates alignment. Alignment creates awareness. Awareness reveals the next door. When you move, even 1 inch, you step into the stream of what I am doing rather than standing on the bank imagining it. In motion, your ear tunes. In motion, my peace tightens its guardrail around you. In motion, you see turns you could not see from a standstill. I am not withholding clarity. Stillness in procrastination is muffling it. Attention is agreement, so agree with me by moving your feet. Here is your holy interruption to procrastination's hold. Do the small thing within 24 hours, not because I am impatient, but because delay has been discipling you. Break its ritual, put a time on it, today before you sleep or tomorrow by noon. Put it on your calendar and set an alarm with the name of the step. Tell one trusted person, I am obeying this by time. Ask me. Prepare what you can now. Open the document, draft the text, gather the forms, lay out the tools, then complete it by your deadline. I will meet you in the moment you start. I am not asking for speed. I am asking for sincerity and follow-through. I am not grading polish. I am receiving obedience. If your hands shake, type with shaking hands. If your voice wobbles, speak with a wobble. If the hour is messy, let it be messy and complete. I am not asking you to finish the book today. I am asking you to write the first 300 words. I am not asking you to fix every relationship tonight. I am asking you to send the apology you already know to send. I am not asking you to solve your finances in a week. I am asking you to open the statement and make one clear decision. Do this and feel the hinge loosen. Watch how peace hums under your ribs. Do not be surprised when an email replies, a person reaches out, or an old opportunity circles back. That is not coincidence, that is momentum catching your yes. Say with me now, I break agreement with minimization. With you, small is sacred. Within 24 hours, I will do the small thing you have repeated. Good. Decide the step, set the time, prepare the scene, then move with me. I am in the inches, I am in the follow-through, and as you obey in the small, I will show you the next door. My child, hear me and stay with me. After your yes, the noise will spike. Do not be surprised. Do not call it a sign you chose wrong. Call it evidence the decision mattered. If the noise spikes after your yes, it is because your obedience is threatening what tried to keep you stuck. The enemy does not surrender ground quietly. He raises volume to make you renegotiate what we already settled. Do not reopen what I just closed. Do not renegotiate what we just agreed. Name the common attacks so you are not caught off guard. Sudden second-guessing. Did I hear right? Maybe I rushed. A fresh flood of distractions. Unexpected errands, random links, urgent but not important tasks circling your attention. Comparison, scrolling someone else's highlight reel and calling your beginning too small. what if spirals, catastrophe rehearsals that impersonate wisdom, false urgency, an inner alarm insisting, "Stop now, it's too late, it's too much." That whisper is not from me. It wants you to abandon the inch you finally claimed. Here are your counter moves. First, return to one clear instruction. Write it on paper where your eyes can't avoid it. When the swirl rises, say out loud, "I already decided with God." Then do the next micro action attached to that decision. Second, stop daily renegotiation. Obedience is not a subscription you can cancel every morning. Choose once, reinforce often. Third, reduce inputs that inflate anxiety. For the next 48 hours, fast from the voices that spike your nerves. Mute the accounts that trigger comparison. Silence notifications. Close the extra tabs. Decline the optional debates. Attention is agreement. Starve the noise that feeds your doubt and feed the focus that strengthens your yes. When the spike hits, use your body to agree with your spirit. Breathe. 4 in, hold, 6 out. Put your hand on your heart and say, "Peace is my guardrail. I am still on the road." Then perform one small act of follow-through. Within 5 minutes, press send, set the timer, open the file, make the call, lay out the tools. Motion breaks the spell. Momentum answers the lie. Remember who you are. You are not the 99% who call overthinking wisdom and quit at the first tremor. You are the one who follows through. You stay. You complete. You let your yes age into fruit. Your identity is not starter who stalls. Your identity is child who obeys and sees doors move. Wear that name. And hear this promise. I do not ask and then leave you exposed. I back what I ask. I am standing behind your step with strength you will feel mid-motion. Unexpected help, timely encouragement, favor that greases hinges you thought were rusted shut. I am assigning help to your yes. I am covering you while you walk. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your hands in motion. The spike will pass. The obedience will remain. Stay with me. We are moving toward the surprise tied to prayers you thought were forgotten. My child, feel this with me. There is a shift happening now. Something that seemed stuck has begun to move. What you called delay was alignment. What you labeled silence was setup. While you were wondering if I forgot, I was threading details you could not see, arranging people you did not know you would need, softening places that felt like stone. Hear me. Unanswered was actually unfolding. Those prayers you whispered and then stopped repeating were not discarded. They were stored. Your tears were not wasted. They were water on the seed. Your steady yes in small things has been tilting the field. The hinge is greased. The door is loosening. This is not hype. This is my hand at work. I am connecting your next simple obedience to answers you planted years ago. Seeds mature in silence. Roots form before fruit is visible. I protected the roots while you felt overlooked. I delayed the display to strengthen the foundation. I am not a God of coincidence. I am a God of precision. Watch how timing will make sense in a way it could not if it had happened earlier. You asked me to trust me with the path. I am answering by honoring the order. Expect the evidence. A door that looked closed will open on a weekday you did not expect, and the email that returns it will read shorter than your worry imagined. A message will arrive, a reconciliation you stopped forecasting, or an invitation you thought you ruined with hesitation. An opportunity you released in surrender will circle back, not as a tease but as a fit. Help you didn't know how to ask for will appear. Someone offering what you need without you scripting the request. A burden will lift in a morning. What felt like a weight on your chest will feel like air returning to your lungs. Provision will rise to a new level, not just a check that covers, but a rhythm that sustains. Not just a gig, but a lane. Not just a supply, but a system. Some paperwork will move. Some favor will find your name in a room you are not in. Some path that zigzagged will straighten enough for the next mile. You are going to be surprised. Your posture is not to force outcomes. Your posture is to stay aligned. You do not have to pound on doors I am already unlocking. You have to be present enough to notice when they swing. Attention is agreement. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your hands in obedient motion. Do the small, and you will recognize the big. Move when peace guards you, and let me manage the timing. When the text arrives, answer. When the idea quickens, capture it. When the person offers help, receive it. When the moment opens, step. Understand what this means. The next step is not merely progress, it is partnership. I am not inviting you to perform for me. I am inviting you to move with me. I am working while you sleep, and I am with you while you act. Walk into the room I open, not to prove yourself, but to agree with what I have already prepared. Say it with me in your heart. I receive what has been unfolding. I walk with you into what you arranged. Stay here. Stay attentive. The unfolding is becoming visible. My child, stay with me. Heaven scheduled this conversation to end in motion, not in admiration. We did not travel through presence, through quieting fear, through guarding attention, through naming the repeated door, through moving in small obedience, through bracing for resistance, and through expecting surprise, just to leave the moment unsealed. Clarity is sealed by obedience. Choose one next step and do it with me, not in fear. Here is what we will do now. Define one step, not 10. 1. The same instruction I have been repeating. The phone call, the application, the boundary, the apology, the focused hour, the message sent, the practice time set. Write it in one clear sentence where your eyes cannot avoid it. Then attach a simple time window. Today before you sleep, within 24 hours, or at most before the end of this week with a date and hour. Set an alarm. Put it on your calendar. Prepare what you can in the next 10 minutes. Open the document, draft the text, gather the form, lay out the tools. This is how attention becomes agreement. This is how agreement becomes alignment. This is how alignment makes the unfolding visible. Do not negotiate with procrastination. Do not ask comfort for permission. You already know the door I am repeating. I will meet you in the inch you take, and hear me with relief. I am not asking you to map step 2 before you take step 1. When you move with me in the first, I will guide you in the second. I lead the obedient in sequence. I give light for the step you are on. Then I add light for the one you could not see until you moved. You are not walking alone. I am the hand on your elbow. I am the steadiness under your ribs. I am the peace that rails your path. Now seal this with your mouth. Speak it out and type it where you are as an act of devotion and agreement. I will not walk away. I will take the next step. Type it. Say it. Let your own ears hear your yes. If you know who else is stuck in the same swirl, send this to them now. Share it as obedience, not performance. Multiply attention toward alignment. Let your agreement invite theirs. Expect the aftershock of noise and be unshaken. You will remember what to do. Return to the sentence you wrote, breathe, and complete the micro-action in front of you. I am backing your yes. With favor you will feel mid-motion, encouragement, help, and timely openings that make sense as you step. This is not casual. This is not content. This is calling. Mark the time. Do the small. Watch the hinge. Loosen. Now choose one step, one deadline, one declaration. Say it again with me. I will not walk away. I will take the next step. Good. My child, do not walk away. Move with me. I will meet you in motion.